Hello everyone. So today I wanted to speak a bit about freedom of speech. And I heard a lot of comments about it is my right to say such and such. And I can say whatever I want. So I was thinking about these people who have used their freedom of speech and they were killed for it. So I would like to start, of course, with most known people. For example, we have Martin Luther King killed for having a dream and speaking out about it. And we have John Fitzgerald Kennedy speaking out against the power behind the power. Who dared to do that? And then there was Rosa Parks, which I call the deafening sound of silence. And we have the Mississippi civil rights worker, James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael, I cannot pronounce the surname properly, Scrivener. They were speaking out for the right of black people. James Chaney was a black person, and Andrew and Michael, I believe, were Jewish, young students, who died for using their freedom of speech, for speaking out, for trying to helping others. Now, in the Dominican Republic, there were three sisters, I believe they were, the Mirabal sisters, and they were from a wealthy family, but they saw in the dictator, they saw dictator Trujillo. He was murdering people around him like they usually do. And so these girls, these young girls, they used to speak out. They used the freedom of speech. And they were murdered. They were killed. And there is a beautiful movie made about it called In the Time of the Butterflies. Now let's talk about Mexico drug cartel, which is killing journalists. I mean, it's killing everyone, but it's killing journalists who dare to speak against them. Australia, Juanita John Nielsen was an Australian publisher, a young woman, a young activist for conservation and communities issues. And particularly she was anti-development, and she wanted to keep some historical houses in Sydney, I believe. And well, she disappeared, and her remains never to be found, and her murderer never to be brought to justice. I hope one day they will do. Now, how many people die for freedom of speech? I mean, every day people are dying for that. They're using freedom of speech to help others, to help a cause that they feel is right and decent to do. And so it's upsetting when people sometimes use this expression of freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want about anyone I want, because that is my right. It is not. It is not your right when you use it just for insulting, vilify, pull down someone. That's not freedom of speech. You can call it anything, but not that. So, a lot of people die for that. They're trying to do what is the decent thing to do. So before we use the expression of freedom of speech, we should remember that is, in my humble opinion, a basic human right, just like the water, just, you know, like any, like the shelter, like the right of safety, the right of any right that is basic. So we should use the freedom of speech in a very respectful way. And with the image of a new day coming up behind the, I think it could be a bit darky today, but let's move a bit, and I have the dam down there. So that's all for today, and thank you for watching and listening. Bye for now.